Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to our next edition of Creative Aging. Today we're making flower bookmarks. It says Nutty Bookmarks on the website, and I hope that you think they're kind of nutty. I wasn't completely sure what kind of bookmarks we were getting, but they're flower bookmarks. Hopefully you've picked up your kit. I have already made the first end of our bookmark, so this is 1 out of 2 of the little flowers that you're going to be making on the ends of this piece of ribbon. So I am going to show you now how to make the second one. So here's the first guy. I'll move it all the way down to the end of the ribbon and get started on our second guy. First thing we need to do is figure out which felt circle we want to be the bottom of our flower, and because the middle part of my flower is going to be orange, I want to put it on yellow, so I'm going to make blue be the bottom of our flower. And I've already threaded a needle here so that we can avoid the needle threading situation of last time, and I'm just going to really quickly stitch this piece of ribbon on to our flower here, and it's not going to take much because we will reinforce it, but just a quick couple of stitches onto our ribbon and piece of felt to keep them together while we make the rest of the craft. So this one, the only thing that you need to finish this craft is a needle. Hopefully you've got one at home. I think there's been one in a kit or two that we've given out, so hopefully you've got a needle at home to finish this project. And then we'll just loop it through and tie it off here on the back. I want to try to make it look kind of pretty. This is back. Ooh, I just hit my filming area. Whoopsies. Put that back where it was. Will be open to the air. So if you're really clever, make your knot on the inside. I am not that clever, unfortunately. Off. Yep. There it is, it's on there pretty good. So this is actually going to be the inside of the flower, but we'll put this away for now because we're going to work on the middle part here. So we're going to take this fella and cut him into a smaller circle so that it'll fit right there on top of that larger yellow circle. Oh. Just like that. And we're gonna get creative with the way that we'll sew it on. We want there to be kind of like radiating stitches out from the center to kind of mirror like the stamens of a flower, and that will also help keep it on the felt. So you can do big stitches or little stitches, but go all the way out to the end and around like that. And just radiating out from the center here, as many or as little as you'd like. It's kind of a limited amount of embroidery floss, but if you ever picked up one of my other kits for sun catchers, then you will have some extra because I put an entire thing of embroidery floss in those kits, and you're more than welcome to use those colors too if you think they're better choices. But this is actually special embroidery floss. This is called pearl cotton, and it's shinier and it just has a prettier like weave to it. So I'm almost done putting the stamens around my flower. I think I'm only going to do a couple more, maybe just one more. Maybe one more is all I need. Yeah, I think I need 2. And then we're going to put our button on right in the very middle of the flower here. So there we go. like that. We're gonna put our button on right there in the middle. Go through each hole as you'd like to. Make sure you go through each hole at least one time. There's a lot of felt there in the middle of this fella, so it can be a little hard to pull the thread through. You have to get muscular. But there we go. There is our button in our middle of our flower, and I'll just tie this off on the back side. Please don't make fun of my stitching ability. It's not great, but I am learning along with everybody else here how to make a really, I feel like my needlework's improved, which is really saying something because it's gone from non-existent to at least being able to figure this out. So the next thing we're gonna do is sandwich these fellas together so that the ribbon is going in between those two pieces of felt right there. And this is where we're gonna change to a different color of thread. I'm gonna use red. I think that'll be really cute. So let me real quick thread my needle. I've been practicing, so this shouldn't take nearly as long as it did last time, although now that I'm on the spot, we're gonna see. I got it. Got it in two. Oh, now I can't make a knot. I'm just an embarrassment to people who use needles everywhere. All right, so I'm actually gonna start in between here and try to hide that knot by going into the top piece first with the knot in the middle of my ribbon felt sandwich. I'll pull it up like that. So then as I whip stitch around the edges here, that particular knot will be hidden. And we're just gonna whip stitch around the end so it looks really pretty. If you are like me and think, phooey, I could have just used glue, I'll let you know that glue is not the right choice for this particular project because we're gonna make it fluffy and it won't bond quickly enough and it might stick to the fluff. That's not any good. Also, it's kind of, Melissa Collective, where I get these kits, tells me that it's a bit meditative to do what she likes to call slow stitching or hand stitching of a project. I don't know about that. I'm not, like I said, an amazing seamstress. It's always kind of been one of those things where I'm like, I could, you know, sew something, or I could just go get dirty. And trust me, I would prefer to go get dirty, but I do really feel like this is a much prettier product than something I would have been able to sew at the beginning of getting these kits and demoing them for you. So I'm pretty proud of myself, really. This might actually be something I'll use rather than something that I put together for you guys with a distinct fear that it might fall apart. My stitching guild that meets here at the library, although nobody's meeting at the library right now, would be really impressed with me. All right, now we've gotten, and I have a little pocket here. I went almost all the way around, but I have a little pocket. That pocket is just about big enough for me to stick my finger in. And the reason for that is we're gonna use some of the fluff that got sent with this kit and shove it on in there so that our flower is a little bit poofy. And I don't want mine to be too terribly fluffy, so I may not even use all this fluff. I will. That's enough fluff. So now it's a nice poofy flower. It's like a little flower pillow. And now we'll finish sewing up the edges of our flower. gonna give myself a knot in the back of my flower, and that's no good. And now I'm gonna go through all of them here, including the ribbon. See, I'm going through all the pieces of fabric, including the ribbon, and then I'm gonna come around on the other side here. Really, I'm trying to give myself a knot. What the heck, me? It's all proud of myself. Pride cometh before the knot. All right, so that's kind of the last stitch we're gonna do on the flower here, and I'm gonna tie it off on the back where it is already amazingly ugly. Maybe I'll go through into the middle here, loop it through again. Realized I pulled that off the camera, but knot it in any way you'd like. And go ahead and snip that off. And there you have it. There's your bookmark. Just like that. And it'll be awesome for marking the spots in your book. I hope you enjoyed that project. I can't wait to see you guys again. I will be taking the next couple of weeks off from doing projects. I'll be away on vacation, and next week we're just trying to get some stuff organized for fall. So stay tuned and watch the calendar, and I'll let you know what we have coming up. Until I get to see you again in person, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep making. Have a great day.